What's up guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get an EIN and an LLC for free, as well as giving you tips on certain things you may not know about. Now, as for the LLC I'll be using, it'll be a company called Tailor Brands, which is one that I frequently use as well. I like it because you get other things on top of an LLC, such as business cards, designing logos, as well as a free domain for a website if you do want to go down that route as well. So if at any point throughout the video you're interested in using Tailor Brands for yourselves, I'll leave the best available discounts in the description below, so you can try that out if you're interested. As for the EIN section, we'll get to that near the end of the video. It's super simple to do, so stay tuned and we'll get to that shortly. Now, first things first, you're going to want to go to the Tailor Brands website. Once here, go to the top of this menu and click on Form an LLC, at which point you'll be able to choose which state you're starting your company in, okay? So click right here. We're going to go with Kentucky because why not? I'm feeling Kentucky today. And click on Get Started, at which point you're going to be prompted to name your company. So the important thing to know here is that once you name your company, for example, I'm going to name it JR Consulting. And consulting or enterprise, these are words that are neutral. And it's important to be neutral because it allows you the freedom to pivot to whatever industry you want to pivot to once you decide what you want to do with your company. So that's the crucial thing. Keep it neutral so that you give yourself the freedom once you decide on that. So afterwards, click on check availability and it'll let you know if your name is available. And there we go. Lo and behold, it is. Then we're going to click on next. Now, the next couple of questions are pretty self-explanatory. They're just related to your company, such as what stage is your idea in? Is it in its infancy? Is it already far along? When do you plan to launch your company? What you're planning to sell in it? Is it services? Is it physical goods? Things of that nature, as well as employees. So you fill this out on your own, and then we're going to get to the next page. Now, eventually you'll reach this page where you have the option of picking up the business plan or not. Now, what's included in the business plan is design logos for your company, as well as business cards and social media graphics. Now, this is mainly for people who need help with the branding side of things, which is what Tailor Brands is good for. If you don't want it, then you don't need to select it. Of course, click on I don't need a business plan. And on the next page, you just fill out this form so that Tailor Brands can contact you. Now, when it comes to receiving your EIN, you have two options. You can either pay Tailor Brands $100 to do it for you, or you can receive it for free, but you have to follow a few extra steps. So to receive it for free, go to the IRS's website. And then from this menu, click on File, go down to Business and Self-Employed. From here, click on Employer ID Number, and then scroll down just a little bit, click on Apply for an EIN Online, and then once more, scroll down, and then click on Apply Online Now. Now, right now, I am outside of the hours of operation, but when you're trying to apply, I'll show you what's on screen. You're just going to want to click on Begin Application, and then afterwards, you will receive a 2-page document with your EIN on it, and then you can use it as soon as possible. Now, I know there are folks who don't want anything to do with the IRS. In that case, just go through Tailor Brands, pay the $100, and then you have a clean conscience. So those are the options that exist. Now, following this, Tailor Brands is going to ask you if you want them to be your registered agent or if you have one on your own. Now, if you didn't know, a registered agent is very important because they receive legal documents such as lawsuits or tax notices, and they forward them to you. And essentially, they keep you compliant with state regulations so that you don't always have to be running around. And you can do this on your own, or you can hire somebody else that isn't Tailor Brands to do this on your behalf, but you must have this. And it can be hard for you to do it on your own because you don't have all of the necessary resources nor the time to keep up with all of these regulations. So it's highly recommended that you have someone else do this, or Tailor Brands. Now, the price for this is typically between $100 to $300 based on my personal experience. So $200 for Tailor Brands to do it for you isn't really anything out of the ordinary. So definitely consider this and make sure that you have a good registered agent so that you don't run into any legal problems. So keep that in mind. And following this, we have the annual compliance, which is essentially a yearly to-do list to make sure that your company stays in good standing with your state government, as well as to remain registered in that state. Now, you have to file information depending on your state's requirements, but in general, you have to send out information such as the leadership of the company and address, things of that nature, as well as filing the necessary taxes, paying fees, and even holding necessary shareholder meetings if you have shareholders. Now, just like I said with the registered agents, you can either have Tailor Brands do this for you, or you can do it yourself. The same issues persist if you do it yourself. It's a lot more of a hassle. If you have Tailor Brands do it for you, you're going to pay a fee, but you're going to be compliant with any unnecessary regulations that a state might have. So it saves you a headache. And right here is that website that I was talking about that comes with a free domain for a year. So if you do plan to sell your products online, or if you want to have a website alongside your brick and mortar store, then check off the toolkit. Otherwise, just go without it. And this right here is probably one of my saving graces when it comes to Tailor Brands, because it got my business off the ground in 2 days rather than 2 weeks. So you get your files to and from the Secretary of State as soon as possible, meaning that you can get your business going sooner rather than later. So as someone who definitely values their time, I would highly recommend paying $50 because it saves you time and, well, you make more money sooner. So again, highly recommend. And lastly comes down to picking which plan you want to go for. Now, the free version includes a $40 state fee. All of them include a $40 state fee. Whatever site you go to, you're going to have to pay that fee. So there are no exceptions. But what I like about Tailor Brands is that if you pay $200, you don't have to pay individually for all these extra add-ons. Now, the essential plan is for people who just plan on going for a brick and mortar store. The elite one is if you do plan on having an online store as well. So consider these if you are more far along in your store formation. And once you decide on which one you want to go for example, let's go with the free version. You click on select. After this, you just set up your Tailor Brands account, pay for it, and then afterwards, Tailor Brands will contact you. And that wraps up today's video, folks. If you have any further questions or concerns, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. I'll get to you as soon as I can. Also, consider subscribing and liking the video if you found it helpful. Don't forget about that Tailor Brands discount code in the description below if you want to get started with Tailor Brands. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.